streaming is on.
Yeah, may MetaMask recovery.
Oh, did you get it? You got the test that we sent?
I,
No, we need to set it up
I
for. We need to import the tokens for her to see it, but we at least manage with the 12 words to get her back the account because she didn't remember the password.
I just got the 12 words, so tomorrow I will
Tomorrow
check
I have
it.
a session with her and Moth, Hydrox 3, and Moth also needs to set up his MetaMask. So I will support them quickly to do that. So
Didn't we send Moth the test as well?
yes, exactly.
Yes,
And he cannot
yes.
find it, but because his MetaMask is not set up, he needs to import the Polygon chain and then the various tokens.
Got it. All right. I thought of one thing during the break, which is oh no, I guess that's not applicable. Okay, never mind. But in relationship to the schedule, the support alliance can be in the green. In the scheduling, we could actually put support alliance in the green.
Yeah, that makes definite sense. I mean, no, again, it's the same. It's the same thing as the taxes work.
Yeah, so I think taxes and support alliance could both be under the prime trajectory, which I think makes sense. But anyways, we'll talk about that more. We can go over it on Thursday as well.
Yeah.
So that'll be a proposal. But anyways, coming back to our trajectories. So in our trajectories, we have it all. So just this one here. So highlight this one. All right.
All right, Jay. Did you get the live streaming started?
Yeah, I believe so. Let me double check.
I didn't hear Jessica Rabbit.
Yeah, it's happening.
Nice.
It's live streaming.
Yeah.
So I feel like the only thing that was missing that I was starting to talk about before was the idea of the workers co-op. So the workers co-op might be a perfect relationship between both the prime trajectory and everything else, because all the work we do, methodology, the scheduling, like our system, our processes, everything's all under the workers co-op. But the workers co-op is also something that we're proposing to be showcased in the Umbrella website, right? The Umbrella Showcase website. So it's possible that that would be a perfect division between those two things, depending on how we decide that. So let's say we do put the workers co-op under the prime trajectory. It's a matter of splitting up. Okay, what does that mean? Maybe for now it's just the website, and the automated systems that are part of the prime trajectory, and then everything else is like normal, like it has been before.
Yeah.
So
Right.
you could break it up between like functional website or follow up, public interactions and automated systems and social media, right?
Yeah. First of all, Jay, I think it makes sense what you were saying. I think the session before that we should evolve to instead of worker co-op, it's more like FQN co-op, right? Because it's not just the worker; it's also the decision makers, the advisories, the clients, the members, the owners. Right?
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree that the co-op should be. It's way more than just the workers. Obviously, the co-op is made for the workers, but you don't have to be a worker to be in the co-op, as far as I know. But I don't know. We can think about that. because you don't necessarily need to have non-workers in the co-op. The co-op could be made up of workers and past workers, but then we also want investors. So anyways, I would say everybody can be in co-op.
Yeah, I mean, I'm basing my perspective on what it is now. I mean, now it's already a broader co-op than just the workers.
Yeah. So, but the question would be, so we have agreement on the co-op, and the idea, what it would be branded on, it would be called is a different discussion. But I one of the reasons why I like the African Community Workers Co-op was that it felt different, whereas the FQN Co-op, it's not different enough in that it almost sounds like it is FQN, right? Where obviously FQN is not the workers co-op, right? So it needs to be some type of co-op that's not the FQN co-op. It should be
Contributors.
another term besides workers. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, like contributors.
Yeah, yeah, FQN contributors co-op. Yeah, that could be good. Because we always talk about contribution.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody's it's about contributing in a way.
Another term that we use instead of co-op is the collaborative, FQN collaborative. So collaborative is basically a co-op that doesn't want to use the term co-op because the term co-op is a legal term.
Yeah, which makes sense because there's value involved.
Yeah, but you can have value in a co-op. A co-op can be a business.
No, exactly. Co-op makes sense because
but we also
there's value involved. When you say collaborative, it doesn't necessarily mean value. When you say co-op, it immediately makes you understand that it's something based on value.
Yeah, but also it's like a co-op is specifically
cooperative.
So it's like cooperation and collaboration are very similar, right?
Yeah,
Cooperation, collaboration.
Yeah, but like especially this term co-op, it's a term that that has very rooted. It's very rooted into the economic model of the workers cooperatives that were born. I don't know where, but during the social movements, right?
Yeah.
In the beginning of.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's fine to call it co-op. I that was the original.
I love it, co-op. I love the word co-op.
So the contributors co-op or whatever we want to call it, we'll figure it out.
Yeah. Right. So, for example, I have a question before we move on. The community equity here in this list, where does it fit?
Community equity, I think, goes under value distribution.
Okay.
Value distribution.
Perfect. Okay. Eval, I would add team dynamic rankings as well. We're not doing rankings anymore, but it was a big part of.
Yeah, well, you have team dynamics, you've got rankings, you've got tension issues, problem solving. Okay.
Nice. Okay. So this leaves us with the FQN contributors scope.
Yeah. So, I mean, one way we could just write it out is that the FQN contributors co-op is just, not, it doesn't need to be listed in of itself. We would just list the normal functioning of the organization. So the question is, what is the normal functioning of the organization that is missing? And I think the main thing that's missing is like we talked about before, there's roles, there's roles and main buddy teams and general worker responsibilities and just like all of the things that are not part of everything else. So I think we're ready to look at the all work plan. So it's called Umbrella Roles, Positions, and Empowerment. Right?
Are you inside the all work plan?
Well, I just pulled out this one, like the roles, positions, and empowerment we were talking about before. So
Yeah.
that you have the membership, you've got the board of directors, you have the HR board decision makers, you've got all these different roles and parts of the organization. It's not just the structure, right? The structure would just be the guiding document. But this is more than the actual structure. This is the roles and empowerment of the actual people.
Yeah, it's
The main buddy team.
our core value.
Yeah. So I don't know what we want to call that, but Also we have main sessions. Main sessions. Is that training, right? So put that main sessions is under training.
Training. Yeah.
So I think it's more than just training because the main sessions oh my goodness. What if we did training? No, what if we did training and basically, Sensei, which is like decision making on policies, So the training and the decisions are one and the same. Right? The main sessions and the decision making in relationship to the training should be one and the same as part of our segmentation model, right? Segmentation training model. Right?
Yeah, I agree with you. So what your so the way that I see what you said, roles, positions, empowerment. I mean, for me is the umbrella would be the FQN contributors co-op.
I mean, I would say the umbrella is empowerment, right?
I don't know, but I mean, the umbrella would be like core values, maybe guiding principles and
So that
document
would be
organic.
our methodology, right?
Yeah.
Also remember every single,
Actually,
if we turn these into trajectories, right? So if we say that all of our priority work is a trajectory, right? Trajectory.
yeah, there would be the full.
And
The
that
umbrella.
is
This would be the
remember every single umbrella trajectory is also
a full.
a
As it's full trajectory.
So the more that we can connect the umbrella trajectories to the full trajectories, the better,
Mm-hmm.
So for example, you have all these executive trajectories that are ongoing. And then you've got client work, right? And then we have there's some internal ops, environment. Yeah. I mean, part of me was talking about like the workflow. Maybe workflow is related to your position and your role, right? And the workflow empowers you because the part of the workflow is, okay, when does something flow to a decision? When does something flow to individual work, self-driven responsibility? When does something flow, because things are flowing in and out of the buddy teams and the online decision making and the review and all that. So the workflow in many ways is in relationship to the roles and positions in empowering people. Because if you by the flow of the work going to the right place, it's empowering. And when the flow of the work doesn't go to the right place, you're disempowering the information that people need to be empowered, you know? I don't know. So maybe positions slash roles is under workflow, which would be, I thought I would change everything that's internal ops to workflow. Yeah.
And so the FQN contributions co-op would go under structure, under methodology.
The African work contributions co-op doesn't need to be anywhere because it's the co-op is the co-op. So it's everything. Everything is a co-op plus the if we choose to highlight the co-op within, you know, the actual umbrella website, so the prime directory, it can go under line 133.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Also, with workflow, all of the client work can also be workflow. Right? Like, why does client work need to be separate from all of the other work, right? Work is work, right? It's like client work is workflow. So
Correct.
the most effective client work will be that we just follow the same workflow model for everything, and that we're always flowing all of the work. It's like a trajectory of work, you know?
I would change here the one in yellow, workflow. I mean, the trajectory for me is SVG client work. And then here we would have taxes, budgeting and finances for client, like client financing, client budgeting.
Yeah, well, that's why I just want to cross this out entirely, because what I want is I want us to organize the taxes as actual client work that we're getting paid for by the client paying us to do the work, and under SVG, and that it's our first client, and we're actually seriously just like any other client, and that we do that work on time and effectively, the same as every other client we're getting paid for. You know, that's what I would like us to do, that it's basically treated as high level as every other external client would be, because there's no difference in relationship to, like, we're getting money, we're getting paid to do the work, we should make sure it's happening like
Yeah,
any other
yeah,
client.
absolutely. Yeah. But I mean, the trajectory for me would be workflow, not taxes, SVG client work, right? And then we would have weekly, and then here we'd have taxes, client budgeting, client finances, client. What else do we do? Management
Well,
set.
the thing is that the budget, the payroll, all of those are not, that's not client work.
No, but I would say if a client hires us to do their budgeting, in that case, SVG client work would be. I mean, that's something that one of our services. Right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And so the other thing could be true with the money organizing and the half year budget and finances and bills. Like, this could also be seen as client work instead.
And go under
But
SVG. Yeah.
the half year budget though is a little bit, you know, at borderline, like, because the half year budget is our budget, right? You know, so so really it's just the bills is client work, and even the bills, you know, is a little bit borderline. But I think bills makes sense to be client work, whereas the half year budget makes sense to, maybe that would go under value distribution. But I don't know. Obviously, we want the half year budget done really well, so it's fine for the half year budget to be client work as well. But there's an overlap there, you know, which is all like every trajectory leads to every other trajectory. So. But it would be good to have, I mean, remember, we're trying to get as very few trajectories as possible.
Mm-hmm.
And also, if we are going to set up a SVG client work, that would be a 10th sub trajectory under the prime trajectory, right? There would be a 10th one, right? Right? Wouldn't that be a 10th, the SVG client work or taxes and things like that, right?
Well, if we decide to put it under the prime trajectory.
Yeah, exactly. All right.
I mean, for me, it's
Let's
fine. The half year budget can go under the half year budget can go under the value, and the money organizing in general and bills can be SVG client work as well.
yes, exactly. Yeah.
So I would have here taxes, money organizing bills.
Also, I wouldn't mind putting investments under client work, right? So that basically all of the money support would all basically be,
Client.
executive, except for the investments, which would be client work.
Yeah, but it depends on the investment. Like, because for example, the sim is something that it's client work, but we're also developing to as a very specific income
Well,
generation.
no, the client would be POS, SIM, Diverge, and Root. That would be the client. We would be supporting the client. So SIM would be the client.
Yes, it's true. But as you remember, it's also a service that we provide for clients under SVG. Under SVG, we have as a partner,
Exactly.
we have POS. Right?
But yeah, but it's like you can be both a client and a service at the same time. So for example, if Mel wanted to hire us to work for to support all of her finances and taxes, which we already do her taxes, right? For the sponsorship, she can still do grants for her clients, even though we get paid by her to be like she's one of our clients as well. So you can be both a client and provide services at the same time. There's nothing wrong with that.
We do the taxi for good cause group.
Yes, of course we do the taxes for Good Cause Group.
All right.
So I mean, technically speaking, let's do this in a different color. So let's do all the executive stuff in a different color, which would be blue.
I mean, I'm not ready to move the investments into the. It's more executive. It's more something more high level, because SVG
It
kind
is
work.
executive,
Yeah.
but the idea is that in the context of the executive support, all of this executive work could be seen and should be seen as client work, because that's what it
Yeah.
is. Like, it's not, the executive work is supporting the executive on all of the work that is not in the organization,
Yeah, but this is
right?
already client work. Executive support, money support.
That's what I'm saying, is that all those could also be considered client work, which if it was, that would reduce the total number of trajectories to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Yeah, but we
7.
we deleted client work. We made workflow. Now we only have SVG client work under workflow.
No, I'm saying that all of this client work could be considered uh, under SVG. And I would all be SVG clients doing the different specific things, and that it would be you know, organized in the prime trajectory as doing the work for the clients and making sure that it's followed through with as a professional external client and that we're getting paid for and we're taking it seriously just like any other external client because that is the work that needs to get done to get paid.
Yeah, well, executive support was born this way. Money support as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense. Makes sense to me.
And then that would leave us with very, very specific the minimum work. So we have value distribution, methodology, evaluation. I think that methodology and evaluation technically could be combined. They're basically very similar. You have worker coordination, training and segmentation, model, all the decision making and everything, recruitment, the prime trajectory, and all of our positions and roles.
Yeah, but
I mean, that's a pretty good list.
yeah, but I still not. I still don't agree that SVG client work it's part of the prime trajectory.
So, I mean, well, let's just like back up and go into what it would look like if we set up the try model. So the try model could be prime trajectory, all of our normal org work, or let's say normal teamwork, right? And then you have client work. So this is a website launch, normal teamwork, and client work. So this would basically be 33% each, right? So if we broke it up between the client work, which in this case is the executive support, the money support, the taxes, the investments, and the money organizing, and half your budget and bills, right? That would be 1/3. The value distribution, methodology evaluation, worker coordination, training, segmentation, recruitment, and positions would be
Another third.
third, and then the prime trajectory would be a third. And that would be like the try model of
Which we would change all the tracking spreadsheet this way.
what?
We should change all the tracking spreadsheet this way.
Well, client work is already broken out.
Yeah.
But I don't know. The website launch is not really external though. It's like us. Anyways, we can change however we want to be organized. But the idea would be if we clearly see that you have client work and client work is separated out as its own thing, and then you've got, and that's also relates to the income, right? Because if we never ever have a space for the client work to happen, then how are we ever going to bring the income in, right? Then we have the normal internal workflow. And then we have the prime trajectory. So that could be another option. We could do basically, the website launch, the workflow, and the client, client work.
Yeah, because for example, Jay, if we also make it align this to the tracking hours, it's very easy for workers. All right, from the schedule, they already know before the session starts if the session is either the prime trajectory, the normal teamwork, or client work. So they would track automatically.
Yeah. But the normal teamwork technically can split into internal operations and communications.
Yeah.
So
we would merge
normal teamwork typically would be separated between internal operations and communications, whereas the website launch is at this point kind of like all internal work, right? And then the client work would be the client work. It's still the same thing. So we still need,
why do you say that the website launch is all internal work?
Because we're separating out all the client work. There's the basically the website launch is all internal operations and communications. There's no
exactly. How it's set up today is that the website launch, as the setup and everything, the work on the website launch is internal operation. It's yellow. Right? But if we're moving to this trajectory model, I think the way that we're tracking our hours should reflect this, mirror this.
I mean, I don't agree because the trajectories are constantly changing. We can always change back from a 33 to a 25 to a 50% split, and the trajectories are always evolving and changing. And so
Hmm.
there's no reason to constantly be changing and evolving our work tracking hours. Like it should never change. Like the work tracking hour stays exactly the same always. Like that doesn't need to ever change.
Yeah,
You
makes
know?
sense. Yeah, makes sense. It's true.
Whereas
It's
the
true.
trajectories are supposed to evolve and change and grow and so what we're saying is just for the short term, we would potentially break out the client work and the income as a separate component of the team and of the schedule, right? In terms of our trajectory. So, and the client work would include uh, executive support, money support, executive support, money support, taxes, um,
Assets,
half year budget, investment slash assets.
BS,
And
money
like,
organizing.
yeah. And that would give us, let's say we did 6 sessions in a week. Also, this if we go to the 3 model, it actually makes more sense to do 6 sessions per week in the triple model because it's basically saying we need to step it up. We have 3 big priorities to be able to do, and the only way we can handle that is doing 2 sessions per week for each one, which works out to 6 days, right? Which is like, I mean, I don't particularly like a 6 day schedule, right? But having 2 octants of 6 day schedule might be what we need to achieve a triple trajectory goal, right?
Yeah. So let's, for example, we would have something like this would bring us back to scheduling, right?
Yeah. So if you had
Okay, let me
uh,
copy and paste this here.
Hydra, Andromeda, Cobalt, Sonic. So you could do something like Hydra would be,
Okay,
three
let me put it.
days. Andromeda could be 6 days. Cobalt could be 3 days, and then Sonic we could start with 0 days, but eventually we could put one day in Sonic.
Open schedule.
So that could work. So if we did 6, 3, and 3, that would be 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That would start us with 12 days instead of the current 8.
Yeah. So we would have basically
But what I
Monday.
like about this model is that it would actually address the big, huge issue, which is that we never get the work done. And this would be like applying a third of our time to force us to actually follow through with the work. And so I like that. So it's like we would schedule more time, but we would schedule more time actually doing the things that need to get done, which makes me much more inclined to schedule. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Your AGC, and then we would have a third one that would say it's the line SVG line or teamwork. My AGC.
So I don't know
Sometimes
about you guys, but I mean, I feel pretty good about where we are. Like, proposing basically basically let me just list the trajectories here. So list of Jay's trajectory proposals, right? Proposals.
okay.
And these are just be the full trajectories, right? Full trajectory. All right. So you would obviously have the prime trajectory, umbrella showcase website. Then you would have the basically the client work trajectory. I think that's a terrible name. I think we could easily get a better. Maybe we could call it the
Think
SVG client work
SCG
trajectory,
client work. Yeah.
right? Which would be separate from the SVG website itself. Because it makes it a little bit more exciting, right? This is our SVG client work. It's like, yeah.
Very exciting. Very exciting.
Then you've got value distribution. Oh no, yeah, value distribution, which makes sense because value distribution is super duper important. Then you've got methodology and eval. Then you've got worker coordination, training and segmentation, recruitment, and positions and roles. Positions and roles. And that gives us a total of 8 trajectories. No way. Does that really work out to 8? Let's see. That was the same we had before. You know it's going to become 9 or 10. We'll
There are
see.
9. There are 9 now.
There's 9. Okay. What did I miss? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I got 8 because I combined
Yeah.
methodology
1, 2, 3,
and eval
4,
together.
5, 6, 7, 8. I got 8.
I mean, methodology and eval are really separate. I don't like the term eval. Like, we need a better term. So methodology and guiding documents makes sense to me.
Yeah.
But then it's like evaluation and sociocracy. You know, it's like it's
team dynamics.
solving.
I like team dynamics.
I like problem solving. It's like sociocracy. Evaluation and problem solving. Like the team dynamics is a solution, right? And the reason why we have team dynamics is because we evaluate
It's a solution.
and solve problems. So for me, that makes a lot more sense of why methodology and guiding documents is separate from evaluation and problem solving, because they're really two separate things, you know?
So like our schedule could be something like this. I made here hypothesis H 155. Look. This would
So
cover everything.
11, 12, we might end up with like 11, 12, 13 once we add in the umbrella trajectories, but go for it. Say again.
12 sessions. No, I mean, yeah, it would be something like this, kind of. Right?
Yeah, I mean, well, we're gonna have to take a closer look at this because it does, like the teamwork main sessions. Let me see this again. So again, teamwork is only the main sessions only comes under training and segmentation, right? So we in a 6 model. Okay, I see. So this one right here we would break up. So this would be.
No, we would break up obviously under, as we did for the prime trajectory. We broke up under sub trajectory. We would break up this.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay, yeah. I mean, the main sessions definitely become more problematic because we have significantly less time. You know, it only gives us 4 octants to do main sessions.
Yeah, but if we use the model that you said, right, that one week is support alliance, the other week is the team. In this case, would be the team main session.
Yeah, and we could use the support alliance to be under the prime trajectory, right? So this could be.
I don't know. For me, again, it doesn't make too much sense to put the session.
People would join the support alliance through the or it could be under client work. I don't know. Maybe the support alliance under client work. don't know. I just feel like it's possible that the support alliance as a concept is so much more than just our normal work. Like, because like, where does it fit in under our normal work? It doesn't, you know? It's not part of methodology. It's not part of value distribution. It's not part of evaluation and problem solving. It's not, I mean, you could say that for if you did personnel support, like personnel support relates to worker coordination, but only personnel support, the rest of the support alliance wouldn't be applicable. Training segmentation, you know, this also relates to personnel
But
support.
it's position and roles because you are empowering.
Recruitment is
We're empowering
recruitment.
people to being helped.
No, I don't know. I don't,
Recruitment also is personnel support, right?
mm, that would be NRT.
And
New recruit, new recruit team. Yeah.
Anyways, like we can
All right.
figure all this out over time. I feel like we've made a ton of progress.
Me too.
Uh,
I'm much
we
more
have a lot of
confident. Much
options to
more.
think about. We have a lot of options to think about for Thursday. Um, you know, but I mean, I think this would address one of the core problems, which is that we haven't been getting the work done, and we haven't been taking the work seriously in relationship to what should be getting done. So this would actually force us to do that, right? It would be like SVP client work is front and center, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I love this. I'm a lot more confident if we manage
Yeah, we have
to.
four prime trajectory sessions a week is more than enough for that, right? That's going to be fine. We have 3 months, right, to do that, or two to 3 months. And then so the only thing is really the teamwork buddy teams. This is where you get kind of squished in terms of how 4 sessions can also work with the main session. So if we went to a four, if we go actually if we went back to the 50/50 model, going back to model 1, there's one other thing that we could consider, which would be someone line 180. So
Yeah.
50% would basically be 25% uh, for the, you know, work and follow through. Then you've got the other 50% for the prime, for 25%, 5% prime trajectory, and main session. So this would be prime trajectory, umbrella website launch, main sessions, client work, SVG client work, and normal work. That would be basically a 50/50 split where you're splitting back down into the 25/25 for each of the 4. So if you had you know, 2 sessions, one session would be on, you know, workflow, and one would be on prime trajectory and collaboration, you know, on building this you know, the main session.
All right.
And then if you had 4 sessions a week, then you could split it up between client work, normal org work, main session. So you'd have 1 main session per week, only at 4 sessions per week, right? So four sessions per week would equal 1 main session. 2 sessions per week would equal, you know, internal work for 1, and then the second is either time website.
But
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 anyways, just another idea. Just throwing
but
it out there.
this creates a bit confusion because then you would have, like, for example, for Andromeda that we have four sessions, okay, during the week. But for like Cobalt, we would have 1 week SVG and the other week normal organizational work, right? That's how
Yeah.
it will work. I love the other one because I mean number three is very powerful number, and really I like it very much to divide in three uh, umbrella trajectories, everything.
Yeah, well, we just have to figure out how to fit in our main session, and then we have to. I feel like if we did one main session, I'm going to bold it. So Thursday, Friday, main session Andromeda hour 2, and then if we did one of the prime trajectory work sessions
The support alliance.
to make it the support alliance, right? And then I feel like from there you would everything would work. It would be perfect.
Look like this maybe. Tack, tack. Here, here would have maybe the support alliance on Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So this would go here, and then we would keep the week focused on the work. And then the support alliance on Saturday, Sunday. And then
Cool. Looks good. I like it. I think this
and then
is
it's a very strong number, and 12 is another very strong number. Yeah.
12 is a very strong number. 6
Yeah.
is a strong number. 3 is a strong number. I think it looks
nine,
really good. I like it.
9 as well.
I
Very
feel
strong
like
number.
I feel like the support alliance
No,
works.
9. Yeah.
What? 9 what?
9 is a very strong number as well, and we have 9 here. We have 9 there. Yeah.
Where's 9? I don't see 9.
9 we have list of full trajectories.
Oh yeah, the 9
And then the sub trajectory for the prime also
has
also
9.
9. Yeah.
Really, really good. Okay,
All-
so
all
but I
that
want to say
together.
one thing here on the schedule, which is that if we do this schedule, I feel like it makes a lot of sense for the support alliance to be part of the prime trajectory, because basically it's saying that we want our umbrella showcase website to showcase the support alliance and life support and publicize that to the world and bring people into the organization through the support alliance. The support alliance is a perfect place for people to get involved and bring people from the website into the programs.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I think it's a good fit. And then if people who want to take it a step further and become clients can get more time and space with all the client work. So I think this is beautiful. I'm very, very happy. I feel like this is really, really, really good. And then also, if we just are serious here, one of these client work sessions for, like, let's say Tuesday, Wednesday, it doesn't really matter, or Wednesday, Thursday, it doesn't matter which one, but one of these client work sessions could be kind of like an SVG client coordination session, right? Where it's kind of like a not a main session, but we're coordinating all of the client work, because that's one of the other things that we always messed up on, that we would never really do client coordination and do the oversight of all the client managers. And so that might make sense that, once a week, if we are disorganized, we take a moment to organize the entire trajectory and do the client coordination. So that would be kind of like the next step for the SVG client coordination,
Yeah, we see. I think that this can happen like as a topic, right? If the focus is assets,
Well, no, it would be like coordination and planning would be a sub trajectory. Coordination and planning would be a sub trajectory, just like we have for the prime trajectory, right? And that would make sense that we would want to coordinate and plan like all of the client work so that it's as efficient and effective as possible and being implemented correctly.
Right.
Just like all the trajectories,
Cool, very cool.
Yes. All right. This looks great. I'm very happy, very pleased, very impressed. The vortex model has magically functioned again.
Yeah, absolutely. And
Right.
it's all getting together also in a very, 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 very. Yeah. This for me, it gives me an internal peace, right? The other schedule was We're
I'm
missing. We're missing something. It was something missing. Here.
big. It was the income. This is the thing that I was always so concerned about. I'm like the income. And now we have the perfect balance between the income, right, and the client work, the prime trajectory, which is our future vision, and actually just getting the work done for our team and doing the value distribution, the payroll, everything, you know? So it's like, this is perfectly balanced. That's everything that we need to do.
Yeah, absolutely. Perfect.
I'm really excited. So anyways, we're just barely getting started here. We've made a ton of progress, but now it's a matter of like cleaning this all up, getting it organized. I think the proposals are pretty much ready
Mm-hmm.
for Thursday, as
Mm-hmm.
basically we would just propose this list of 9 trajectories, full trajectories, and then here's the schedule that relates to. And then from there, we approve the other proposals for our overall schedule. And then we just start cleaning it up and organizing it and going into the trajectories. And we're just gonna get organized clearer and clearer. And we'll have like the overall organizational trajectory sheet is gonna put all of this on. So it's just really good work. Excellent.
Very good. Yeah.
Yes. Cool. All right.
Very cool.
So I think I would give this session a like, I don't know, something high, like a 7.9. Oh, actually, you know what? I'm gonna give it a 7.5 because we did terrible on our breaks.
Yeah.
Terrible on breaks. But other than that, unbelievable work. Unbelievable work. I love the vortex trajectory method. Wow. I'm very, very impressed that this is working so well.
Yeah.
All right. I think that's it. I think we're done. Anything, Joyce, you want to add? Is Joyce still here? No.
No, yes, I'm still here.
So for tomorrow, Jay, we still have the schedule that has been approved. So this we're gonna bring it up.
Yeah. We're proposing the schedule to change during the main session on Thursday, Friday. And I I like this in concept, but I still have questions about whether it makes sense for the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, like the actual placement of each of these, but we'll figure it out.
All right. So Jay, just one thing. I don't know about the reimbursement if you want to schedule later.
No, I'm not going to be scheduling later today, but I could schedule Sonic for tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
I can also try to do the reimbursements before then. But I don't think I'm going to get to the reimbursements tonight.
All right.
And then because it's so late, we've been going for so long. Oh my God, we got to stop.
Yeah.
And then from there, I did get the liquidity started for the OPZV token, so that's exciting.
All right. Did you verify the past issues calculations that I did?
I looked at them; they look fine. Yeah. So, and again, the great thing about the liquidity is that if we make a mistake, it's redone every single time, so it just automatically calibrates whatever needs to be changed for the next month. So it's going to be fine.
All right. Thank you, Jay.
Yeah, thank you, Joyce. Really,
thank you,
really
Joyce.
Good. And Joyce, do remember to do the hyper evaluation. Always very important.
Hyper evaluate. Every 3 days, right?
Oh, after every session.
In the wrap up.
Instead of doing our checkout, we do the hyper eval.
Oh. Okay. So no more after this because I alarm for our break.
No, the wrap up is the wrap up of the session. There is the tab where you just do a hyper evaluation.
Yes.
Oh yeah, and also part of the wrap up is our schedule. So what is our next schedule for? What's the next step?
Tomorrow is
we have
Andromeda Hour 2 Umbrella Showcase website on identity and guiding documents launches.
Exactly.
And I only have me and Alberto scheduled. I thought Joyce was scheduled for every Andromeda.
Support Alliance. It's not happening, right? I haven't seen any reminders, nothing.
No, but that means it's automatically a work buddy team on value and AGC or whatever we put for that. I don't remember.
Great.
Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's, I mean, great. We can have a budget. We can work on budget.
Yeah, work on
Oh,
budget. Sounds great. All right, cool. So tomorrow, Joyce, are you coming to the working on the identity and guiding documents?
what's that?
Andromeda
In Andromeda?
hour two.
Andromeda. Andromeda.
It says you're not currently scheduled for tomorrow Andromeda hour two, but you are scheduled for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Friday, Saturday. Wait, you're not scheduled for Friday, Saturday either. You're only scheduled for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, Friday.
Huh? Wha- Alberto, when did we ask this one? I cannot remember.
Yeah, you need to schedule. If you are not
Ah,
scheduled,
This main session. I don't think we've actually gone over.
I don't know, guys. I sent a communication on the core team asking everybody the schedule, but
okay.
nobody.
Okay. I will answer to that one. I did. Sorry. I alarm for our break time.
Yeah. So you want to schedule yourself or not for tomorrow?
Tomorrow, yes.
So what about the rest of the
Okay,
daily?
I will reply to that one, Alberto.
What about Friday, Saturday? Are you planning on doing Friday, Saturday?
Friday, yes, Friday.
Okay. So, anyways, I'm just adding you to every single day for Andromeda. So you should be checking in, make sure you know what you're working on.
Yeah.
Again, I changed Thursday, Friday to main session because Thursday, Fridays are main session,
Thursday,
right?
Friday. Yeah, but
And
this Saturday is our eval, no? This Saturday
yes, we have
only.
the one-time session for
Uh,
Saturday, Friday,
one
Saturday,
time
Sunday,
only.
one time only, just for that. So that's not on the regular schedule, but it says here open work buddy team for tomorrow COBOL hour one, which I don't know why it's hour one. Shouldn't that be hour two?
Yeah, but because it was the problem with the support alliance.
Okay, but we canceled the Sword Alliance. It's not happening, right? So let's just do it
Yeah,
hour.
let's do hour two. Yeah.
Okay, so we never actually finalized for what this work should be. So the next step here that we skipped, going back to the trajectories, is that these 9 trajectories need to be put into the existing 4 general workspace. So tomorrow, I don't know, we need to do something like,
We
right?
said we
Yes.
said budget, right?
Yeah,
Budget. So that
budget.
would be value distribution.
Yeah,
So
ABC and value.
continue with payroll value distribution. We can go over what I did yesterday and stuff. So that would be great. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So let's just put that as a priority, value distribution, and that will be simple. What am I missing? So let's just call it open work buddy team, and I'm just going to get rid of everything else. Okay. Okay. For now.
Okay.
When we get it all figured out in terms of what each one will be, we'll get it specific. Okay.
All right. So you want to delete support alliance here? So a support alliance goes under.
Yeah, we'll address that all after
On
the
Thursday.
main session on Thursday. So after the main session on Thursday, the whole schedule is going to change, and then we'll take the time to go through it in detail for every part. Okay.
Yeah, perfect.
Oh my God, this is so exciting. It's going to take us another week or two to get everything perfect, but it's going to be like we're going to have like this tool of like our schedule. It's going to help us tremendously.
Finally, Jay.
I know,
Finally.
finally, we've been working on this for so long.
Finally.
I mean, I've known we always wanted to get into the actual schedule. We just never found a way, and now the trajectory is
This
forcing us
works.
to do it.
Yeah, yeah. This
All right,
works.
we are done. I'll talk to you all later.
All right. Thank you.
Okay.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.